Merchant Mariner Credential Application Acceptance Checklist. So this checklist is everything that you need to put in your packet, except there's one thing that's not on this checklist, which is a valid CPR and first aid card. Now let's start with this top part. It says that the MMC application package must be submitted to your local regional exam center and may be delivered via mail. So how do you find the address of your local regional exam center? That's a question I get all the time. I'm going to open up a tab, and I'm just using Chrome here, and I am going to go to the website USCG.mil. This is the Coast Guard's website. There's a lot of good information here. Enter. And now over on the right side, it says Mariners here on the right. I'm going to click on Mariners. And now here in the center, under this search, see this search right here? It says approved courses. There it is in the middle. Regional Exam Center or REC locations. Click on there. And here you are. No matter where you are in the country, you will have a regional exam center closest to you. So I'm in Michigan. I click on Toledo, Ohio. And here's my location. 420 Madison Avenue, Suite 700, Toledo, Ohio. 43604-1265. So that is how you find your regional exam center. We'll go back to the checklist. Now, critical items for evaluation. Transportation Worker Identification Card, or TWIC. You don't have to have the actual TWIC card in your hand. You need this, TWIC application receipt. When you go and you apply for a TWIC, you will get a TWIC application receipt, and you can provide that in your packet for the Coast Guard, and they will accept that. All they're looking for is that you did a background check and that you got your fingerprints done. Now, evaluation user fee. So you can pay via credit card or bank account using Pay.gov. Print and include your payment receipt as proof of payment. So you'll need to go to Pay.gov and pay the fees associated processing and issuance. For an original license, it'll be $145, and for a renewal, it will be only $45. And you need to print your receipt and include it in your packet. The next one down, CG Form 719B, application. So make sure you fill out your application completely and include that in your application packet. Alien registration card. So if you don't have an alien registration card, you're not going to need to supply this. If you do have your alien registration card, you'll need to supply this. Signed conviction statement. If you mark yes to any of the questions asked in Section 3 of the application, then you need a signed conviction statement. If you answer no to all of the questions in Section 3 of the application, you will not need a signed conviction statement. CG Form 719K, physical examination. You'll have to include this with your application packet. And then chemical testing report. This is your drug test. You'll need to include your drug test or one of the three options that we mentioned in the drug test video, which is periodic drug testing, pre-employment drug testing, and random drug testing. These are all programs you could be associated with where you could get a letter from your program, and that will substitute the chemical testing report. And now, front and back copy of your license. If you're an original, this won't apply to you because you don't have a license yet. Authorization, third-party info release. If you are applying for your own license, this does not apply for you, but if your employer or your education institute is applying for you, then you'll need that third-party release. Evidence of appropriate sea service. These are filled out on small vessel sea service forms, and you must include your small vessel sea service forms with your application packet. Photocopies of all applicable training course certificates. If you took a training course, like for example, U.S. Captain's Training, if you took their master's course, you will be issued a certificate of training for the master's up to 100 gross tons. And we will mail that to you, and you must include that training certificate in your application packet. The only thing not mentioned on this form is CPR and First Aid. For an original license, you must include a valid CPR and First Aid card. Now, each one of the things on this list, we've created a video for. So if you click on the U.S. Captain's Training link to get to our YouTube page, you will be, you'll see this playlist, and it will go through each item will have its own video. Actually, each section of each item will have its own video, and you can just walk right through this process with us.